Buenos dias, Zamboanga. Welcome sa Kapihan na Zamboanga sa SM City Mindpro. Hatid sa inyo ng Philippine Information Agency, Mindanao Communicators Network, SM City Mindpro, E-Media at MCTV. We are live via PIA Western Mindanao Facebook page and via cable televisions at MCTV and E-Media, and also sa One TV Philippines and other government agencies' Facebook pages. Welcome po and happy Kapihan Wednesday po sa ating lahat. Ngayong araw, pag-uusapan po natin ang patungkol sa programa or proyekto po ng Department of Information Communication Technology. We have the DICT from Region Mindanao Cluster. We have here po with us, pag-uusapan natin ang ating digital roadmap sa buong Zamboanga Peninsula. So help me welcome po Sir Juanito Calingacion, the Technical Operations Division Chief ng DICT. Welcome po.
Magandang araw po at salamat sa opportunity na to to be talking about the projects of our department. Thank you po.
Magandang araw, sir. And like I mentioned po, pag-uusapan natin yung ating digital roadmap. So, what are the recent projects po na na-launch dito sa Zamboanga City or Zamboanga Peninsula?
Okay, so in line with the visit of Secretary Ivan Jan Uy, so we launched a number of projects, Okay. Among them are Digital Transformation Center for persons with disabilities, women, and senior citizens. We had a groundbreaking, in Talon-Talon in our space there. Also, we did the launching of Digital Transformation Center as well in the SK building in Mercedes, And also, we launched the expanded government network in Zamboanga City, and another network is the expanded Sambo Basilan broadband wireless network. So, yun po yung ating mga launching this weekend po, Yun po.
So, we had this, itong mga bagong na-launch nga natin na mga projects dito sa Zamboanga City and entire Zamboanga Peninsula. So, ano po yung maitutulong ng mga proyektong ito? How can this help sa ating communities dito sa Zampen?
Okay, thank you for that question. So itong ating mga projects na to, for example, yung Digital Transformation Center. Digital Transformation Centers are a latter stage evolutionary step from we started with community centers, naging Tech for Ed Center siya, and then next level niya is yung tinatawag nating Digital Transformation Center. Initially, what we want to do dun sa early evolution ng center is maging conduit siya ng digital services for the unserved and underserved communities. We know for a fact that in the country, there are some areas na talagang walang internet, very limited ang access ng mga tao sa ICT, So with these centers, nabibigyan natin ng way yung nasa malalayong lugar na to be able to access digital services, Itong Digital Transformation Center naman is next level na siya, Beyond yung dating services, what we want is makaparticipate yung even sa countryside sa digital economy. We're talking about yung halimbawa, maging online freelancer ka, kung wala kang computer sa bahay or wala kang internet connectivity sa bahay, pwede kang pumunta sa mga Digital Transformation Center. Sila ay nagsisilbing co-working space din naman. Aside from ang isang center can provide mga digital jobs, technical training for instance, para tumaas ang level ng skilling natin sa countryside. So that's one for Digital Transformation Centers. Ngayon, pagdating naman doon sa government network, ang what we want to do here is, again, to bridge the digital divide. Yun na nga, in the countryside, medyo very limited ang access ng tao sa ICT. Now, in the case of the government network here in Zamboanga City, initially we started with 88 agencies na extend natin siya hanggang 127. Now, for those agencies na merong client-facing, sila ay may mga kliyente na nagpupunta sa kanila, pwede nilang gamitin itong internet connectivity na to provided by GovNet to, pwede nilang i-extend yun sa mga clients nila para yung experience ng ating mga clients easier, no? Instead na mabagot ka, naghihintay ka sa yung turn, in the meanwhile, you can like do something, no? Like email ba or check on your some things on your work. Pwede ka mag-Facebook, YouTube, and gano'n, just to make use of your time, no, while waiting. Itong sa wireless broadband network natin sa Basilan, this is more meaningful, no? Pareho siyang government network, but the idea is, considering sa BARM, very low ang internet penetration natin, no? Less than 5% ang merong internet sa mga ganitong areas. So with this wireless broadband network, na-extend natin yung reach ng ating government network dito sa Zamboanga, papunta dun sa Basilan. So those are the things that we're able to do, paving the way for our citizens to have more opportunities, no, in terms of ICT.
Hindi na lang siya access to internet connection but also to help talaga, no, sa economy natin, like you mentioned po, employment opportunities para sa mga communities natin, so they can use that, no, para po yun sa ating mga digital transformation center. So pwede nilang magamit yung services na ito para ma-improve din yung kanilang employment opportunities. And with that, we are also bringing closer nga yung ating internet connection sa lahat ng mga communities, especially sa areas na talagang limited yung access. Okay. Sir, with this, no, you mentioned na itong mga projects natin, how can this help sa ating community? Can you share with us po, ano ba yung ating Digital Cities Roadmap in Zamboanga City?
Okay. Yung mga projects na nabanggit ko kanina, are different projects, no? They come from different programs, but we have another program that's specifically tailored for digital cities. Ngayon, the objective of this digital cities program is to bring those investors to the countryside. We know naman yung mga BPO companies, they are in Metro Cebu, in Metro Manila. So in those places na progressive na, well-established na sila, no? But part of the goal of this digital cities program is to generate 100,000 new jobs sa IT space, no? By 2025, additional 100,000 jobs, no? So what they did was to identify those locations in the country that are capable or fitted to become the next, before it used to be called the next wave city, but they have a new name now. It's called digital cities. Okay, now digital cities, following the legacy of that next wave cities, ang objective natin is to attract investors to come into Zamboanga City, for instance, no, na magkaroon ng mga BPO locators dito, thereby generating more jobs, no, and contribute to that goal of 100,000 new jobs by 2025. So yun po yun.
That's our aim.
Yes.
Talagang bringing here in Zamboanga City para maging digital city rin siya.
Yes po.
Okay. So, ano po yung nakikita nating development, no? How these digital cities can help focus for new economic development in the next 3 to 5 years? You mentioned in 2025, yun yung goal natin, maka-generate tayo ng employment. So, ano po yung other development na magagawa nito in Zamboanga City?
Okay, siguro we can ask by like, paano ba magagawa ni digital city yung employment generation? Okay. So what we want to do is present Zamboanga City as a next city for BPO locations. No? So itong program natin na to is we want to promote Zamboanga City, okay, to become a viable BPO location. No? Hindi lang pang BPO, yung ating digital cities program, hindi naman siya limited lang sa mga BPO companies coming over. We also want to go into yung mga startups, no? Kasi yung among investors, when they go to a location, they study the place. They have some data, they have some metrics that they use, no? And based on these metrics, they can determine if a location is viable, no? And one of the document that they look for, or the study that they're looking for, is this Solon's index, no? They have this global index that they use to rank the cities around the world, okay? And so if you're an investor looking to invest in some place outside of your country, you'd be looking at some documents for this, no? And so our goal is to match the requirements of the industry. Ano ba yung hinahanap ng mga investors natin? So we want to target that. And initially, gusto natin yung talent ng isang area sufficient para dun sa needs ng industry na yun. Also, we want na may infrastructure yung area para we can do business do sa area na yun. And of course, dapat yung cost of business is also cheaper, no, compared sa ibang places. So that's what we want to do. Now, to do this, we have to make a presentation, no. So itong roadmap will serve as ito yung vision at ito din yung nakalagay dito yung mga milestones at yung mga way forward ng Zamboanga City para maging viable siya as a BPO location. So that's what we want to do. And then hopefully when we make this presentation sa mga investors, they will come in.
With the roadmap, sir, is Zamboanga City ready for the digital city?
Okay, that's a good question. Itong Digital Cities program, they did a study. They did a study kasi nga sabihin natin we want to spread yung digital economy sa countryside. Okay, so they selected a number of locations in the country. CICT, CIB PAP, and Lychee Properties Consultant. Ang ginawa nila, they had a study. And based on these metrics, they identified initially 25 locations. Sa first 25 na yun, kasama si Zamboanga City doon. And then later, it was expanded to 31. Okay? So with that study, nagkaroon ng mga series of activities to help those locations na ma-realize nila yung viability nila para maging next location ng mga BPO companies or even other companies that may be interested in investing say in the Philippines. So yun ang ginawa nila. Okay, so with this program and in the end Zamboanga City was chosen sa maging part ng Digital Cities program.
So that's good to hear po, no, that dahan-dahan we are preparing for Zamboanga City to become also part of the digital city. So maging mapasok siya sa isa sa mga cities na pwede nating ma-include sa ganitong klaseng projects, no? And sir, ano yung mga challenges, especially this pandemic? I'm sure meron tayong mga projects na medyo na-hamper nga. So what are your strategies to continue develop etong ating roadmap?
Okay, ang maganda I wouldn't say maganda, no, but insofar as adaptation ng ating sa ating mundo, no, with the new challenges like the new normal, ICT became very important, no, para ma-facilitate pa rin yung work. Alam naman natin yung tinatawag nilang alternative work arrangement wherein people can work from home, and that is made possible because we have connectivity. We use ICT in our work, and so with internet connectivity, with ICT tools, we're able to continue to do work. Although in some cases, a face-to-face interaction would be the ideal, no? But with our online technologies, with our mga online tools na yan, we're able to continue work even at home. So ito yung ginamit natin, although of course we had to become familiar with these technologies sa umpisa, no? Like Zoom, we have to be comfortable using collaboration tools. Halimbawa yung paggamit ng mga online spreadsheets like mga Google Sheets, Google Docs, yung mga ganun.
Okay. So yes, tama po kayo that with the help of connectivity, internet connection, naging feasible nga, naging posible yung ating patuloy na pagtatrabaho. So because of that, continuous naman yung naging flow, no, ng ating work, ng ating mga projects and programs. So sir, this how can you assess, how can you say, or how will this digital roadmap help in assessing yung ating each location's potential as a global business center?
Okay. Gaya na nabanggit ko kanina, no, itong mga locators na to, when they come into a potential investment, no, what they want to find out are some information, some data that they can use, no, to decide and these are metrics or indicators, no. For example, si talent. tawag dito, yung cost of doing business, infrastructure, business environment. Now, these factors play a part in their decision making, no? So, if you're able to score high on these metrics, this will help potential investors na, okay, yeah, they can determine, they can identify na itong location na to is viable for their business, no? Based on the scores on these metrics.
So far po dito sa Zamboanga City, ano po yung nakikita natin? Is there a possibility talaga na we will going to be part of the digital city?
Well, actually, we're already part of the Digital Cities program. Now, the goal or the outcome that we want for each digital city is that eventually we will be able to bring in investors into the city. And the thing here is this is a concerted effort of government in partnership with the stakeholders like ICT Council, with the local government units. So with that, mas focus yung ating activities, no? Para maabot natin yung part na yun na people or investors will see that our location is a viable business or investment.
You mentioned, sir, by 2025, hopefully, this will be possible.
Yeah, by 2025, yung 31 digital cities will be bringing 100,000 new jobs.
Okay. So we are really hoping for that, no, na magtuloy-tuloy yung ganitong aim natin, yung goal natin, yung project na ito, so that more Zamboangueños or even as mga residents po ng buong Zamboanga Peninsula will be able to have more job opportunities dito sa Zampen. So sir, thank you very much. Any message po, no, sa lahat po nating mga viewers?
Okay, una-una, gusto naming magpasalamat na itong DICT, Region 9, and Basulta. We'd like to thank our partners and stakeholders, no, for their continuing support sa mga programs natin, no. We would because of this support from our stakeholders, our partners, no, we were able to reach farther. Nakapag-put up tayo ng internet connectivity sa MAPU, yung mga ganung klase, no. We are able to set up tech for ed centers sa mga ganun, no. And moving forward, we hope to continue doing this, no, with our partners. And of course, thankful sa lahat.
Gusto rin talaga namin i-highlight that the ICT has been a consistent and strong partner talaga ng government, especially with the internet connection that we are providing sa ating mga government offices, not just in Zamboanga City but all over talaga Zamboanga Peninsula and Basulta area. So thank you very much po sa DICT and of course with the leadership of our Assistant Secretary, Ma'am Maria Teresa Camba. So thank you very much po. And of course, maraming salamat kay Sir Juanito Kalingasyon from the DICT. Maraming salamat po sa opportunity na ito, sir. Thank you very much. Of course, thank you din sa lahat po ng ating manonood ngayong araw and hopefully marami po tayong nakuhang mahalagang impormasyon na pwede pong makatulong sa atin, no, sa inyo po. So, maraming salamat po and maraming salamat rin sa following sponsors natin. We have the Karimadon, Kamiseta, Arya's Coffee and Tea, and Kape Sur. Maraming salamat and makita-kita tayo sa mga susunod pang episodes ng Kapihan na Zamboanga sa SM City Mindpro. Ito si Mara Espinosa. Muchísimas gracias.